making a bit of progress here in clearing a pathway through my forest. Been just cutting up a lot of dead, useless wood that can't be used for firewood for whatever reason. Either because they're too small in diameter or they're rotten. It's a really beautiful day today. It's I think it's around +1 or +2 degrees Celsius. So will be pretty enjoyable work environment. I'm gonna ditch using the burn barrel today because it's too slow. I have a large amount of stuff that I need to get burnt and need to get rid of. So just gonna make a nice pile here, start a fire, and just keep loading dry garbage wood on top of it, branches, you name it. Should be fun. Should get pretty toasty. It's really chilly start to the day. Really bad wind chill right now. Very uncomfortable to be outside, but really shouldn't matter, I guess, if you're dressed properly. This is Canada, and it is January, so it kind of comes with the territory. It's really burned down pretty good. That is a lot of ash. Still got a ton of cleanup work to do, and a lot of junk wood and dry branches to burn up. My woods are starting to look a whole lot better though. I'm working on blazing a quad trail through the woods. Slowly getting there. There's a lot of down logs in like an area that would make sense to have a pathway, so a lot of the times if that wood has been sitting on the ground for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, that wood's gonna be rotten. It's not gonna be salvageable for good firewood, so you might as well just throw it in the burn pile, get rid of it, and make way for a trail. This is another example of just a piece of wood that's a good way to trip and fall if you're going for a run. It won't really affect a quad. It's not going to screw up a quad tire, but still unsafe. You don't want kids and people running through the woods that you've invited over and tripping. Here's another example of some dead wood that I'm gonna have to get rid of. It's kind of frozen to the ground right now and covered in snow, so that'll be on the to-do list. But the stuff that's hanging off the ground and easy to cut, I've been chopping up and getting rid of. Like you can see down here. There's another mess of trees that I'm gonna have to chop up and get rid of. Some of that's really good firewood actually. It's been off the ground because the wood's been leaning on other down trees, so it hasn't really seen any moisture, and it's really good dry wood. So that'll go to my wood pile. It's a nice clearing here. It's a good turnaround spot for quad. Nice little camp spot too if you want to have a picnic. Now this is where it starts getting interesting. I don't know if you can see behind me, but there's a lot of stuff behind me that needs to go. I don't want to get rid of all the down logs entirely. I think the stuff that's really waterlogged and is turning into peat moss, I'm gonna leave it be. It's good for the forest ecosystem and the soil. Can't just strip a forest bare of deadfall, because there's a purpose to all the wood that falls on the ground that eventually decomposes and new trees grow out of it. I do like to see natural landscape. I don't want this entirely manicured and looking pretty. If I wanted that, I'd move to the city. But I do want to blaze definitely quite a few trails in here so you can move around and enjoy the woods a little bit more with various activities. I don't know if you can see behind me, but you see a lot of little thin twigs popping out of the snow. Those are all wild raspberry bushes. Haven't really had a bumper crop since I moved here because I don't know, the conditions haven't been quite right, but usually get a few berries out of these bushes here. And still kind of fun to forage, pick your way through them. The plan is to plant a lot more actual cultivated raspberry bushes on my property. Ones that you could actually take care of and water. Bought a few from Costco last year and they did phenomenal. So I plan on buying a lot more from there. This is actually pretty decent wood. So I'm gonna add this to the sleigh and haul it back to my woodshed. Just show you one more view of what I'm dealing with here. Lots of deadfall. But I find this fun. I love working outside. Love cutting up wood, stockpiling it, burning it. That'd be pretty awesome to build a tree stand. Like one with an actual platform. Kind of like a tree house. But something that you could actually sit up top and with your rifle and wait for deer to come strolling by during hunting season. See behind me, starting to make little piles of good dry wood that I was able to salvage. I don't think that's going to be great firewood when it comes to like burning inside, heating your home. It's just full of ash. It's got a lot of bark on it. Burns up too quickly. It's going to create a lot of smoke and sparks, I found in my experience. So that wood will be used for just a fun bonfire outside, but nothing more. But I don't want to just burn that and throw that into the burn pile. You never know when you're going to need that for warmth or for a big bonfire when you got people over in the spring, summer, or fall. So I'll just keep adding to that pile, I think. It's interesting, just from that same tree that I just bucked up, we got one section that's got some rot occurring here around the outer edge. The middle's still pretty dry, but the outer edge has been waterlogged for whatever reason. From the same tree, maybe 6 feet down, completely dry. Funny how just a few feet could make a difference. Curious as to the reason why one section gets waterlogged and rotted out and the other doesn't. Guessing this one just stays dry, doesn't touch the ground, doesn't have other trees that are rotten, creating moisture when they're sitting on top of them. But someone was actually cutting firewood to sell it. You definitely wouldn't want to split this and sell to someone. This would be junk wood. It would burn up pretty quickly, create a lot of smoke and sparks. Hopefully I find more wood in these woods that make some good firewood. I like to make a lot of really thin pieces of kindling. That really helps fire get going. once the kindling's really dry. Of course, you could have quite a bit bigger pieces, but it's good to have some very, very thin pieces just to really get things going. You have to be really careful with your hatchet though, and really sharp hatchet is also very important. Otherwise, you're not going to be very successful in getting these super thin pieces. What I find really helps is holding onto the piece of wood when you're about halfway through. That way the wood cuts really nice and straight. So I've been cutting up a lot of kindling as of late, and I made this kindling out of deadfall. Let me tell you, even though the tree that I felled was dead, that kindling, wow, sure takes a long time to catch fire. It's not dry enough still. That's why seasoning it for 4, 5, 6 months, keeping it nice and dry is pretty critical. That'll definitely make it easier to start a fire. The kindling that I made last year was really good. I seasoned it for about half a year and had no trouble whatsoever, just with a little bit of tinder to get that kindling fired up. But here I had to use quite a bit of dry cardboard just to finally get the wood going. So definitely a good idea to cut as much wood up as possible, make a lot of kindling ahead of time, so you have excess, because yeah, kindling is really important. Definitely don't want to freeze your fingers off starting a fire. That's no fun, especially in the wintertime.